All right, I want to welcome to the show BlazeTV contributors, both Eric July, of course, founder of Ripaverse Comics, along with John Doyle, host of Heck Off Commie. I'm glad that you guys are here. So it's kind of a, the Democrats always like to say that it's a dark day for democracy in regard to January 6th. And, every time a Republican does something, they're just like, oh, this is a dark day for democracy. Now, I would say that last night, what I'm about to play for you guys last night, really was a dark day for our country. So there was a House Oversight and Accountability Committee hearing that it went into the late hours of the evening and just devolved into pure chaos during a deliberation on whether to hold Attorney General Merrick Garland in contempt of Congress. And before we play all of these, I just want to remind you guys that this right here, what I'm about to show you, is what your tax dollars are paying for. So I'm going to play the beginning of this total chaos where they're having a back and forth. And this is some of the players. James Comer, of course, is the chairman. You have Jamie Raskin, who is a ranking member. You have Marjorie Taylor Greene. You have Lauren Boebert. You have Anna Paulina Luna. You have Jasmine Crockett. And you have Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. And I want to play the moment where Jasmine Crockett is kind of causing a little bit of a scene. And Marjorie Taylor Greene has quite a quip for her that she just is not having. Watch.
I don't think you know what you're here for.
Well, you the one talking about.
I think your fake eyelashes are messing up.
No,
what you're
ain't
reading.
nothing.
Hold on.
Listen.
Order.
Mr. Chairman,
That's beneath even your...
Okay, so what she said, if you couldn't catch it with the crosstalk, was, I think your fake eyelashes are messing up what you're reading. Now, I would just like to point out, I'm hearing a lot of, people saying that that's racist. People comment on my fake eyelashes all the time, and it has nothing to do with racism. Her eyelashes, I will say for the record, are far more ridiculous than mine because they are like way out there. So it had nothing to do with race, okay? But Jasmine Crockett couldn't handle that. And here's what happened after Marjorie Taylor Greene set her off. Watch.
Ms. Greene for 4 minutes and 21 seconds.
Mr. Chair, point of order.
Who's?
It's me.
Ms. Crockett.
I'm just curious, just to better understand your ruling. If someone on this committee then starts talking about somebody's bleach blonde, bad built butch body, that would not be engaging in personalities, correct?
A what now?
Chairman, I make a motion to strike those words.
I don't think that's
Hold on.
part of it.
Trying to find clarification on what quality.
Chairman, motion to strike those
I had no idea
words.
what you just said.
We're not gonna do this. Look, you guys
is
earlier
Anna
literally just
Paulina.
went
You
down.
just voted to do
Y'all did it
it.
first, so you
You
don't
just
talk about
voted to do it.
Order.
This is so
I'm trying to get
embarrassing.
clarification.
Look at, calm down,
No, because this
I
is
would
what
like to
y'all
get
do.
through proceedings.
So I'm trying
Hey,
to get
Ms.
clarification.
Crockett, you're not
Y'all wanna
recognized.
play
Ms.
games?
I can't hear
Crockett.
you with your
And
yelling.
You don't want
Calm
me to
down.
Be,
Will you please calm down?
Don't tell me to calm down.
Calm down.
Because y'all
Please
talk
calm
noise,
down.
and then you
You're
can't
out of
take
control.
Because if I
Look,
come,
Chairman,
if I
can
come
we
and
send her
talk
outside to
shit
take a
about
break
her,
for 5
y'all
minutes?
gonna have a problem.
Mr. Chairman.
All right,
Sorry.
Chair,
I don't know why
okay.
you're
Order.
acting
Chair
like
now
that.
recognizes.
Well, you know my thoughts on Representative Jasmine Crockett. You can take the rat out of the hood, but you can't take the hood out of the rat. And they weren't done, okay? Marjorie Taylor Greene went on and, of course, they had to make this big ordeal about how they wanted to strike her comments from the record. That was the big deal, was AOC and Crockett wanted to strike those comments. And so they were not going to be happy until she apologized and struck her comments. And then this is how the stupid stuff ended. Watch.
Okay. Ms. Greene agrees to strike her words.
I believe she
Chair
apologized.
recognizes-
No.
No, she needs to apologize
Then
now.
After Mr. Perry's going to be recognized, then Ms. Greene
I'm not
has 4 minutes and
apologizing.
21
Well,
seconds.
then
Okay,
you're
reserve
not
the right to
striking your
object.
words. I am
Mr.
not
Chair.
apologizing.
Now let's go. Come on, guys.
Why don't you debate me?
Mr. Chairman, the
it's
minority...
pretty
No,
self-evident.
You're not.
Yeah, you're
out
not.
of order.
You don't have enough
You're out of order.
intelligence.
Chair recognizes Mr. Perry.
Okay,
That's true.
move to strike
I'd like to
I
strike
move to
those
strike the
words
lady's
as well.
words.
Move to
Move to
strike
strike the
as
lady's
well.
words again.
That's 2 requests to strike. That's 2 requests to strike.
Oh, they cannot take the words.
There's another motion to strike her words again. Please
All right.
get
Okay.
your members under
Here's the
control.
correct priority. Ms. Greene, do you agree to unanimous consent to strike your words?
I repeat again for the second time. Yes, I'll strike
right.
my words, but I'm not apologizing.
Without objection. Without
Not
objection.
apologizing.
That is absolutely unacceptable. How dare you
meeting will
attack the
suspend.
physical
Meeting will
appearance of another
suspend.
person?
Are your
Move
feelings hurt?
her words down.
Aw.
Oh, girl, baby girl.
Oh, really?
Don't even play. with
Baby
me.
girl?
We're gonna,
I don't
We
think
are going to
so.
move, and we're going to take your words down.
I second that motion.
So at a certain point, you know, we have to admit, I guess not we, but the collective we in this country have to admit, like, I mean, we're just doing this to ourselves. This is the caliber of people that we are electing to go represent us in Congress. I like, what do we deserve, really? Do we deserve to survive? I don't know. I'm not sure. I'd love to get your feedback on this, gentlemen. I will just point out for the record, since everyone is talking about the cat fight and nobody's talking about the vote to hold Merrick Garland in contempt passed 24-20 along party lines after, of course, he refused to hand over the audio recording of Biden's interview with special counsel Robert Hur. And then Biden claimed executive privilege over the audio recordings. So the full House is going to now vote on whether or not to hold the AG in contempt. And you know what? For no reason at all, just none, no reason whatsoever, I would like to also revisit one of my favorite moments on YouTube.
I want to do it because it's fun. It's fun to do bad things, to drive into a car.
But did you know that you could perhaps kill somebody?
Yes, but I wanted to do hood rat stuff with my friend.
Yes, but I want to do hood rat stuff with my friends. Listen, many will call me a racist. Many are calling me a racist on Twitter right now because I posted a clip of Jasmine Crockett speaking the way she was speaking, yelling over everybody, cursing in the middle of the House floor. And I said, when hood rats get elected into Congress. And they always call me a racist. And I don't understand what's racist about that. I would say it if it were a white woman behaving in the same manner. It's just not.
I don't have much to say on this because when I envision personally, like Congress, that to me kind of represents it.
But I just want them to, like, can we just bring back duels? Like, I would have more respect if they just actually fought it out.
I guess you can make the argument that this is a little more honest. Chicks are catty. They took their shots. They took their jabs, amounted to much of nothing. And again, it is a mockery, but that's kind of how I view Congress in general. Yeah. And maybe this is the government that the people deserve. It is a crap show. Now, granted, it is just a few of them that are talking their little noise, but they were able to really control that whole entire. They couldn't get control of the situation with them just going at each other the way that they were. So I can understand if you are an American and you, for whatever reason, still look at government, or more specifically the Congress, let's say, you look at them as this sort of authoritative figure that's supposed to be the best of all of us. They're not. They never have been. And maybe now you'll realize that. I'm not holding my breath on that, though. So.
That is true. This is what democracy looks like. It's not like, the sort of aristocratic republic that our founders envisioned. It is like literally just anybody can go and be a congressman. And then these sort of demonstrations sort of happen. I think it was Joseph DeMaster said that every country gets the government it deserves. And I think that's correct in instances like these where you've got people who are speaking. And AOC, the one congresswoman kind of gets away with it because she is black. But AOC trying to speak like with the...
Baby girl, don't even play.
Yeah, this is a theater kid occupied government, and we need to name these people because they're just like absolutely ridiculous. And I don't know what it is about left-wing people, but they really do romanticize the behaviors of the lower classes. Like, it's one thing if you grew up and you speak with that sort of accent. AOC went to Boston University, which is not like the greatest school, but it's also not the worst school. I mean, she has a degree. She should be able to speak in a way that is not like that, but she chooses to appropriate that because she's trying to be like one of them. Like, she wants to be part of the like lower working class who are supposed to be liberated from the oppressive white men.
Yeah, I mean, you hear a very, you hear a difference in when depending on who she's speaking to.
It's called code switching. That's what she does.
What is it called?
Code switching. It's like a black person that speaks, they get around a bunch of black, they do it all the time. Where get around a bunch of black people and the accent gets thicker. It gets very, very strong. And then when they like say go to work, a little more proper, a little more.
They're like, hello, fellow white people.
Exactly.
How are we doing
It's
today?
a little different. So that's all that is. It's just depending on who they're speaking to, and they'll kind of switch it up. So that's what AOC does. She doesn't do it very well because to your point, that's the least believable kind of accent or the way that she talks. I don't think anybody's convinced that she is like someone that has ever really grew up around an area where the people around her speak like that. So for her, it's not really believable, but people do that.
Yeah, it would have been better if she had like tried to have like a Latina accent or something. She was like, better cut that out or something like that. As opposed to.
But she doesn't have one.
Yeah, she was trying to have like this sort of MLK like preacher, and it was bad.
Yeah, I mean, I know I shouldn't expect much more from Congress, but you watch that and you're just like, I remember a time, like I specifically remember it. Maybe Eric doesn't, and that's fine. But I remember a time when it was supposed to, like, it was very dignified if you went to Congress. And now we have, John Fetterman showing up in sweats and.
Just like me.
Yeah, John Fetterman dressing like Eric to go show up for what was supposed to be one of the most respected, dignified roles in this country. You have AOC and, Jasmine Crockett.
Shorts, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, I will say he did at least, John Fetterman. This is what he tweeted about this whole ordeal. He tweeted, of course, the headline, House committee meeting devolves into chaos as Greene and Ocasio-Cortez trade barbs. And he said, in the past, I've described the U.S. House as the Jerry Springer show. Today, I'm apologizing to the Jerry Springer show.
It is true that is what democracy looks like. It's not a system that selects for the best and brightest. It does kind of just make everything have to pander to the lowest common denominator. And that is true equality. I mean, think about it. No matter where you go in this country, whether it is the post office or a shopping mall or the floor of the United States Congress, you're going to hear conversations like that, and you're going to see people in this sort of athleisure wear, slob attire. Like, no matter where you go, that is what you're going to see. And it's not at all dignified.
No, it's not. If you like this clip and you want to see the full episode, click here. And if you want to subscribe to the channel, come on, you do. Click here.